The best exercise to jump higher is to jump as high as you can. Jumping is a skill, just like shooting a basketball or throwing a football. If you wanted to get better at shooting, you would shoot a lot of shots, right? Jumping is no different. Each of these skills has its own unique odor pattern in the brain, right? The coordination of jumping is different than the coordination of throwing a football. The coordination of jumping is also different than the coordination of squatting, right? So the more we perform each of these tasks, the more dialed in the pattern in our brain becomes, the more myelinated it becomes, the more efficient we become at the task. Now, the only difference between jumping and shooting a basketball, throwing a football, is jumping is much more taxing on our nervous system and our connective tissues, specifically the tendons around the knee. So a way around this is to structure your training in a way that allows you to get as many jump reps as possible. So there's different factors that are going to influence the frequency of your jumping, such as sport participation, training age, health, body weight, things like that. But generally speaking, if you're not an in-season volleyball or basketball athlete, you want to dedicate 2 to 3 days per week for maximal effort jumping. So the task you want to get better at, dedicate 2 to 3 times per week to do that. Now the other days can just build the resiliency within your tissues. So it's through strength training to allow you to perform more jump repetitions. Additional things that can be done on these non-max effort jump session days is lower intensity jumps of different variations, right? So box jumps, and when you land on a box, it's a lower impact, so it's a lower intensity, right? So you can do standing box jumps, approach box jumps, broad jumps to a box. You can do single leg jumps, lateral rotational jumps. Now, all of these different jump variations are different from the task of 2-foot approach jumping, right? There's a slightly different motor pattern in the brain, but they're still closer to the task of 2-foot approach jumping than anything else you can do. So it's a way to further add volume to the task of jumping without driving your tendons and your nervous system into a hole.